Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are here for Mindset Monday, and this is the last Monday of January. So, excuse me. Great time to bring up or discuss and check back on. Hey, where are you compared to what your goals were that you guys set January 1? Right? You guys are 30 days in. Are you making progress? Are you falling behind? Are you way ahead? Okay. And I think the biggest things of what really determines if you hit your goals or not is how often you take a step and actually look and see how much progress you've made, see where you're going, and then remeasure that gap between where you currently are and where you're trying to go. Right. So I would use this as a good time to see, hey, have you been keeping up on everything? I'll give you a great example of this. On my business side, finances, I absolutely have been keeping up on. I've been done everything I've set out to do, right? And now I'm actually reevaluating because there were certain things that I had that I wanted to get done that it looks like I will have achieved, and now I'm not sure if I want to make that the goal or something else the goal. Okay. So I'm already checking back in. I'll give you another great example, like 75 hard. Okay. I started 75 hard January 1, and I fell asleep during the reading, which is easily one of the most common ways to fail. It's so annoying if you, especially if you save your reading for the, like, usually at night, like I do, it tends to that, like, very easy to fall asleep. I lost the first 12 days. Guess what? I restarted the next day. This is my day 13. Okay. Or day 14 or whatever it is. So I'm back on the track. But did I slip up? Absolutely. I had a mistake. I'm human. It happens. But this type of checking back in is what's going to help you crush your goals. So Dave, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, man, 100%. I think the most important thing is to actually just be honest with yourself, right? Like don't bullshit yourself, right? Be like, I won, but you pitter pattered along the way. Maybe you're just checking boxes and just going through the motions. But did you really win, or did you let it overall slip away? And now look, I'm not talking about one extreme or the other. You're gonna have some losses in there, just like Jonathan said. I've chopped up some L's. It happens, right? But the most important thing is, what did you win? Okay. What worked? What habits made you better? What did you follow through on? And the things that you did lose, right? Or those days that you lost, what happened with that? Did you waste time? Were there distractions that get in the way? Did quote unquote life happen? And then taking those two things, what's the biggest lesson out of all that? Okay. What's the biggest takeaway that you could take from, I mean, we'll already call it the 31st, right? Even though it's the 27th, but what's the biggest takeaway that you could take over these last 31 days? And something that we've kind of incorporated on, a lot of people get towed into the weekly or to the monthly, but one of the things that we talked about was, hey, what are we doing for the first quarter, right? Like, what are we shooting for on 90 days? And we'll take it that 30 days, almost month to month, to evaluate, are we on track? Are we getting there? It does a couple things. Number one, it makes obviously the goal and the vision bigger because you're compounding more time into it. And then number two, if you do have a loss, or if there's something you need to shift and pivot in there, I don't want to say that, hey, you could get lazy and stack it to the next day, but it also gives a buffer for when you do have these things. And it's like, listen, we fell off the bike. We got to get back up. We got to dust ourselves on. We got to keep going. What's still the focus at the end of the road? What's still the focus come March 31st? And keep on trucking.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? It's just it's wins and losses. You and I talk about it all the time. Like, are you winning more? Then you're losing more.
Yeah. I mean, you guys should be checking in on each, like, level of your goals. Like when we talk about faith, family, fitness, finances, all of that. It's super important, right? And I think I like checking in on almost on a daily basis, because if you win the day and you win enough days, you absolutely will win the week, which will help you win the month, which will help you win the quarter, which will help you win the year, right? Um, it's so important to not that break it down to the minuscule, right? Because then you're just checking boxes and you're winning. When people have these massive goals that aren't broken down, sometimes you can overwhelm yourself, right? And if you're not making it super easy for yourself, not that everything that you're going to set out to do is going to be easy. It's not. A lot of it's going to be really hard. But the
Yeah.
framework, okay, in which you go about and you try to achieve it, you really should be trying to simplify as much as possible. All right. And those that can do that and break it down into the minuscule, where they can feel like there's consistent momentum, will usually make much better progress. Like one of my goals was buying a house in a different country. Okay. To first do that. Okay. I mean that you got to do a lot of research, right? After you do the research, no, this is one that I just happened. Okay. After doing the research, you got to get the right bank. Then you got to find the property. Then you got to find, an agent there. And this isn't the right order, guys. This is absolutely me just word vomiting what went into this process. Okay. But I got all the way to, hey, bank approval. Okay. Ready to make an offer on this house. And now I don't know if I want to, because I've actually found out something about the owner, that he's tied up in litigation, right? So now I just put all this work in for 4, 5, 6 months, okay? And I thought I was going to do this. I'm really excited about it. Turns out that this guy's getting sued from a lot of the people that he sold houses to in the community, because he's a control freak. He wants to control the Airbnb licenses because these are really nice vacation homes, okay, in a different country. But long story short, now I did all that work for 6 months. Did I do all that for nothing? No. I still learned a lot of valuable skills, a lot of valuable things. And if I want, and if I choose, I could still move ahead and go and get that property, or I could just switch it out and search for another one. But the point is, I spent 6 months learning how to do something, making connections, building relationships. Okay. That was a lot of work. And now, right, I don't count that as a failure. I count that as, hey, I learned exactly how to do this. I still have the opportunity. I'm just reevaluating if I want to or not. All right. Think about that. Having that type of framework will really help you guys as well. All right. Dave, what else you got on this?
Yeah, man. I mean, you said it when I was going to jump in, like that wasn't a loss. And guys, wins and losses aren't defined by money all the time either. They're also defined in skills and in developing things. Because now that's 6 months that it took you to learn that. Timing's everything too. I'm a firm believer of that. That's the faith-based side on me. Like, timing is everything. So that 6 months that you had vested into that, when the timing is right and the next thing happens, well, what's that 6 months worth now? Is it worth 30 days, maybe 60? Right? Instead of 6 months. So you've accelerated that. You understand certain things leading up, and you're going to learn even more once you get past that quote unquote 6 month barrier of that first lesson of that new skill set per se. So, guys, like some of these wins aren't necessarily money, right? And the same thing in weight loss or in 75 hard or even in faith. It's, again, one foot in front of the other. You got to take the action steps to get there. That's the way you're going to win moving forward.
100%. Well, guys, listen, we appreciate you. Okay. We will catch you on Financial Fitness Friday. Otherwise, share this with someone that needs to hear it. Take care.
Be great, y'all.